Hi Tony, well there we go, there's the body off and everything is steam cleaned now. We've just taken the engine out, so that's been a fairly successful day. All good, nothing to report. No real rot or nasties that we can see, which is what we sort of expected with it. Never really sure whether in these corners where they suffer can suffer very badly, whether there's any problems there, but that all looks very nice. Same round trailing arm pockets, although I think we did a bit of light repair there before, didn't we? But that all looks very good. So yeah, nothing to write home about. I had it in my mind that the trailing arms have been off and fully stripped out and new bearings and sandblasted and this, that and the other, but I've got a feeling that they were only rebushed. So looking at that, I don't know if we've done wheel bearings in there in the past or not. We might have done. Yes, we must have done, because they're all, I can see a new dust shield in there, so they must have been done. So we'll clean up and paint the trailing arms as an assembly. Same with the diff. I know that was, or I'm fairly sure that had new oil and everything when all that work was done. So it is just cosmetics there really. So we're going to get this over into the corner of the workshop now and then strip the front and rear suspension out. And then I'll give the sandblasters a call once we're ready, and they can come and get everything and work their magic on this. So, I mean, this is absolutely the right time to do a body off, because it's a piece of cake, you know. There shouldn't be any real rust repair to deal with. It's all cosmetics, you know. We've got this this body mount to cut off. The captive nut is turning in the cage, so the easiest, quickest way with that is to cut that one off and weld a new one on. Rather than having to open the cage up and then free the C's bolt and weld it all back on. So that's the route we'll go there. Yeah, so all good. No bad news. There was only one replaced brake line. I had it in my mind that you'd had a load of brake lines done, but it was just this one short left-hand one. All the others were original. Oh, two was it? So, oh yeah, and the rear caliper lines. But we'll put a whole new set of steel brake lines on, so they all look proper. That's it. So we'll carry on now. Hopefully by the end of tomorrow we'll be stripped out, and then it's sort of cleaning up components and deciding what we're going to send to the sandblasters and what we're not. We're going to just take the exhaust manifolds off and the pulleys off the engine and alternator brackets and whatnot, and we'll have those just refreshed. We'll send those to the sandblasters and give the manifolds a fresh coat of dressing and the pulleys a fresh coat of black. I'll get the valve covers polished. Everything else, you know, now we've got the sort of road muck off it and whatnot, all looks fairly clean still. There was a lot of oil blowback from the intake manifold, so I think it would be a good idea to pull the intake and redo the sealant on the intake gaskets. We used to use an RTV silicone on here, and we've since found a better sealant, so we'll do that with some Permatex, which seems a bit more resilient, so that will hopefully keep that a bit cleaner. Piece of cake to do it now, you know, while it's all apart, so may as well deal with that and a new set of valve cover gaskets at the same time. Other than that, I think that's it around the motor and transmission. One thing I did notice that I felt a little bit of judder from the clutch when I drove the car before, so might be prudent at this point to just unbolt the transmission, have a look at the flywheel. I don't know whether that's got any hot spots on there that's causing that, in which case maybe a new flywheel or a skim. But again, you know, piece of cake to deal with it now. It's a real bear once it's back in the car. It's an engine out job to get these transmissions out with that 5-speed, so I think for what it takes that wouldn't be a bad idea. But we're going to concentrate on this first and get the chassis stripped and go from there. So there you are. We've got the body in, and you're in pride of place under the GM poster. I pushed it in backwards, and everyone told me where to turn it round so it faced the same way as the billboard. Things I have to put up with, Tony? But there you go, all looking very smart. I have to confess I haven't looked around the body yet, so we'll do that now real quick and see if there's anything there that wants looking at. What have we got? No, nothing really. Just a bit old looking, isn't it? You know, master cylinder, brake booster. I think in here could do with a freshen up and a coat of black, particularly around the radiator support, headlight actuators, that kind of thing. Fronts of the inner fenders, I think maybe like I say, a freshen up in there. Let's have a quick look at these body mount runners. This is the area where they really suffer. Oh, the body mounts are still on there. We're going to have to, I'll knock these off and then we'll have a look and see what we've got. You know, first inspection they look very, very nice indeed, so we'll just have to wait and see. You can see a light in there. Yeah, okay. We'll look at that a bit further and then I'll come back to you on that one. Oh dear. So there you are. But we've steam cleaned under there and inside the engine bay and then given the car a wash to get all the muck off it. Same on the chassis. And that's nice and clean to work on now, no muck and grime and everything. So there we are. Yeah, will all be very, very nice. We'll do some more as things move on.